You don't have any information from the county that shows that the notices required by the statute were sent out. Paula sat there last week or 2 weeks when I was here in December and said she did not have the certification from the county. She doesn't have any proof. You don't have any proof, and you put it in the paper saying you had the proof. You cited the statute in the paper inaccurately. The code you cited doesn't even exist. The section you cited. So you're not paying attention to what you're writing. Then you go on to say, and this is what I found interesting, is that you comment in here about individuals to judge or be judged by someone else's limited maturity, inexperience, or inability to communicate is nothing more than a sign of weakness on an open opportunity to exploit or explore. So just because someone has a different opinion than you have, and because they voice that opinion, you then seem to indicate that that's inappropriate and they don't have a right to do that. But every one of us have a right to have a different opinion. You have the right to have a different opinion than everybody else. But you don't have the right as the mayor to attack that in each people, or in the individuals individually on their opinions. Because an individual has an opinion that you didn't follow the procedure. If you follow the procedure, then you present the information that shows you did, but you didn't do that. You just put it in the paper and say you did things, and people read that, and if they don't have the time to go look it up or do the stuff, you're coming across as an authoritative person because of your position. If you weren't the mayor, you wouldn't be there. So I think it's inappropriate that the mayor is writing these articles in the paper, that they aren't in general, they're not promoting everyone. And Charlotte's indicate, same thing, shows that. So our request is not just that you have a discussion, but that some action be taken. Either some type of apology on the mayor's behalf, which would be appropriate, or that some other action be taken to show that the town council is serious about what goes on in their town, and that the mayor understands his position and his responsibility. Just took an oath tonight of fidelity to his office. Okay? The conduct that's taken place in the last little bit doesn't appear that he's complying with his duties in his office. And if he can't comply with those duties, then should he be there? Okay.
We're about ready to find out. Okay, thanks for
Can
that.
I make a comment?
Sure.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Charlotte. As a new council person, I really don't know what my duties are, what I am allowed to do, what I'm allowed to say, so if I'm out of line, I hope that people will tell me that I'm out of line in what I have to speak about. I feel that there is an opportunity for a new tone with the new council, and I do find the newspaper articles to have been very troublesome, and I don't know where I will be able to contribute, what we can do as a council, but I think we all take it very seriously. We just took an oath to take it seriously, and I hope that we can address it in a civilized and respectful manner and have a good council.
I appreciate that, Pat, because I think we can.
I think we can too.
And I appreciate it too, Pat, because I think that's all.
I think we
It's
need
been
to,
very troublesome.
I think we need to work together and not worry so much about if the neighborhood children's dog is barking or someone's cat ran across the lawn. This is a rural community and these things are gonna happen and we can deal with that, but I think it's more important that we are a unit and work together. It's a new beginning, it's a new year, it's a new council. Let's get a whole different attitude going. I'd like to comment to Jen, I think you've done a tremendous job with the cemetery. I'd like to tell you how nice it looks and it benefits our town. The same as with Janet, who's not here tonight. The park is beautiful. So there's good things that come if we work together, but we can't have this picking and choosing and tearing each other down. Maybe you don't like me, maybe I don't like you, that doesn't matter. We're here as a unit and we have to put our personal opinions aside and work together.
I agree.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Now, just to kind of, the reason I put these folks ahead of everything else was so that you could, actually get an understanding of what, my world's like in a kind of interesting sort of way. What I'd like to do, I'd like to call for a vote of confidence on my part. feel confident that I can do my job. If I don't get a fool, then
To be honest, I think you've done wonderful things as the mayor, and I just think that we should keep things separate as far as the articles in the paper go and stuff like that, that's all. I think sometimes you write really funny articles, but I just would like to not see town business in it, would be my thing, but I think you've done a great job, I think you've done a lot of really good things as the mayor. That's the only thing, that I could see.
Justin?
You got my vote of confidence, you've taken an oath of fidelity, and, it takes an awful lot of effort to sit as the mayor. And I hope that people do recognize how much time is involved. And the spirit is there, the spirit's willing, but maybe it gets in the way sometimes, it gets out of hand.
Yeah.
So you got
Well,
my
you
vote of
Dustin.
confidence with that caveat.
Take a vote on that, please.
Dustin needs to talk.
Sorry.
Well, I make it a promise that I will continue to do my job, that I will leave town business out of my individual life and my articles. I'm sorry if you're offended. I may have said that I wasn't going to be, but if you don't think this is hard, believe me, I'm very sorry I wrote those articles, that it caused the problems that it did.
There are better things to write about Torrey,
Sure.
and,
And I will, if I continue to do so, I will do my best to put Torrey in a good light.
and treat every business in a fair light, give us all a fair shot.
Well, in my
Yeah, like
defense,
11
there were
play on
some
the
of those
field.
things that did not take place.
Every
Let's not
individual.
go there.
Anyway, so,
I'm going to give I'll get a list to Paula right away of all the businesses, and it was not, I feel in my heart that it was not intentional at all at some of the businesses, the website doesn't get,
the
Yeah,
website
who's
doesn't get a
checking
lot
it?
of
How
them.
often is it getting checked? And,
You
and
know,
is that something we
Well,
need to address?
That was something
that-
that I was gonna bring up tonight, in fact, because I do rely on the website.
It gets taken off, and sometimes
I
I
think
don't go back and check it.
Our
I check it,
tourists are checking it, the people
Yeah,
that's
they
coming
are.
to our area, it needs to be checked monthly.
and
We can
maybe
discuss
that's one of
that
the
in our
new
work
jobs,
meeting.
just
In our
have
work